Hey YouTube, T Holtz here. We're looking at my 29-gallon TV tank. This is my tank that I put in a console TV set. The room is dark here. You can't get a good view of the TV, but that's where this tank is. What this tank is? It's in a old console television set. We'll get a little bit closer look of my angelfish right there. This was a Petco angelfish that I paid like $5 for. It's not getting focusing in too good on him. Paid like $5 for him. And he was like a dime or a nickel size, and he's grown up into a very nice angelfish. What else do we have in here? We have some gold white clouds, some penguin tetras. I think there's like 5 or 6 penguin tetras. There's some brilliant rasboras. There's a few scissortail rasboras. The brilliant rasboras and the scissortail rasboras have been in this tank a long time. Been in here a couple years. I'm not sure how many of each we have, but you can see them there swimming around if we can get a view of them behind the plants. And the penguin tetras are really nice fish. I like how their tail, the black part on their tail goes down. The black line goes down their tail, right down their body and down the lower end of their tail. Also, here are 3, I believe, of these green cories and a couple of albino cories as well. As for plants, this is mostly all Amazon sword plants. Pretty much came from the plants that I already had. I might have put one in here that I had purchased, and the rest are all just runners that came off the plants that I had. As you can see over here on this side, we have this runner coming all the way off that has probably 8 or 10 plants on it. There's also another runner there in the back that's coming off these plants that has a whole bunch of plants on it. There was a third runner, and I used the plants from that third runner and I planted them all in here. There is a little bit of Anubias there behind the angelfish. You can see the Anubias there in the back. And then if we look over here, this Anubias has grown really tall up to the surface because it's reaching for the light. It's been blocked out by all the Amazon sword plants there in this side. So it's grown really tall, reaching up for the light. You see there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's 5 leaves there that have grown up real tall. That's how this Anubias has survived instead of being squeezed out by the Amazon sword plants. We have a power head over here in this corner, creating some flow. I have, and I'm not able to get a good view of, yeah, it's hard to see. On top of the Fluval U4 filter there, if you can see, so I can get it to focus, right there, that U on top of the filter is a clown pleco. Haven't had him that long. He's been in there a few weeks. That's the spot that he likes to hang on the top of that U4 filter. And I also have a whisper filter here, an internal whisper filter, because that U4 just wasn't doing a good enough job. So I stuck this little whisper filter there in the back, which is probably for maybe a 5 or 10 gallon tank. That helps clean up this tank a little bit better. Plus, it's good to have that filter in here in case I ever have to set up a quarantine tank. I already have a cycled filter that I can take out of here and put in the quarantine tank in case I need to do something like that. We'll show you how I have it here on the top. I got a lid here, which is the top of the TV that opens up on some hinges. I have a Nicrew, you're not going to be able to see it, but I have a Nicrew LED light, and I have it covered with a greenhouse, I guess it's greenhouse roofing that you buy at Home Depot. That's how I covered this, because I did have some fish when I first put this tank together jump out. So I put this greenhouse roofing material on top to make the cover. I have one piece of wood in here, which is good because the that clown plico is supposed to be a wood eater. I don't know what else he eats. I did put some, I put a cucumber in there. He didn't seem to touch that, but he must be eating something because he's been in there a few weeks, so he's got to be eating something. I do like this angelfish. He rules this tank. Sometimes he gets in his moods and he really chases the other fish around, and he's got them pinned down. I had a bunch of hatchet fish in this tank, and I think they died, all of them died, like 5 or 6 of them, and they were stressed out by this angelfish. I should have been paying closer attention, and maybe I would have taken those hatchet fish out, because they weren't allowed to stay on the top of the tank like hatchet fish normally do, because this angelfish was harassing them when they were forced to stay down on the bottom, and I think that stress is what took care of my hatchet fish. But the other fish don't seem to be bothered when he chases them. He doesn't catch them. It doesn't do any damage to them. He just kind of chases them away. It doesn't seem to bother the other fish. Just the hatchet fish weren't too happy with him. All right, YouTube. That is my 29-gallon TV tank. Please leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.